So, had a good sleep, and now it's my first full day in Nepal. It's Sunday, the 13th of August, so volunteering starts tomorrow. But let's explore the city today.
So, the goal of today was to visit all 7 UNESCO World Heritage sites in the Kathmandu Valley demonstrated in this map. It was a really wet day, and even the monkeys at Monkey Temple were hiding. It still didn't take away, however, from the beauty of the shrines and the very large stupa believed to have been built in the 5th century AD. Prayer wheels surround the stupa, and you're supposed to walk around them in a clockwise direction, turning them as you go. This is meant to help wish benefit and compassion to all sentient beings, not just the person turning the wheels. The temple sits atop a very high hill, and normally you would see a really wonderful view across the city on the backdrop of the Himalayan mountains on a clear day. It looks like I might have to come back to see that though. Next stop was one of the largest stupas in the world, standing at approximately 36 metres tall and a very iconic symbol of Nepal, depicting on many postcards and books. It's a major pilgrimage site for many Buddhists around the world, and inside the stupa it is said to house important relics of the Buddha. Next off, we went to the largest Hindu temple in Nepal, located on the banks of the Bagmati River, said to drain eventually into the Ganges. As a result of this, many Hindus in Kathmandu wish to be cremated here and to have their ashes dispersed into the river to achieve salvation of their soul. We saw some people burning ashes as we were visiting here. So, from the largest temples and stupas, we now come to the oldest temple in Nepal, here at Changu Narayan, located in the Bhaktapur district. It's constructed in the traditional Nepalese style, surrounded by sculptures relating to the Lord Vishnu. 4 entrances to the temple are guarded by animals such as lions, sabaras, griffins, and elephants. This is a sabara, part lion, part bird, and my favourite, so I took a picture of it. At the western gate, there's a very important historical stone pillar with inscriptions considered to be the oldest written word in Nepal, dating back to 464 AD. Then it was off to one of the largest former royal palace complexes, which is made up of many shrines, temples, a palace, buildings, and also courtyards, all interlinked with small little narrow alleyways, of which you can see a bazaar of lots of shops selling knickknacks, leading you into another square with another temple, and onto another alleyway. This time we see a potter making some pots out of black clay and leaving them out to dry underneath a beautiful structure of wooden carvings and arches again. We end at the Lion's Gate and off for lunch. At Patan Durbar Square, we see a cluster of more fine pagoda temples and stone statues. It's known for its distinctive Newari architecture and made up of many intricately carved wooden and terracotta structures, as well as deities that the locals worship. Now don't laugh, but nearby there was the opportunity to experience a sound bath, and I was the only one who wanted to do it. Okay, enough of that. Moving on, our final site and the third of the Durbar Squares is known as Kathmandu Durbar Square, or also Hanumandoka Durbar Square. This dates back to, we think, between the 3rd and the 9th century AD, but most of the buildings that remain are from the 12th to 18th century. It used to be the royal Nepalese residence until the 19th century, and also the site for the coronation of the Nepalese monarchs. One of the most important buildings here is the Kumari Gar, the residence of the living goddess, known as the Kumari. She is a prepubescent girl chosen through religious selection process and considered a living deity until she reaches menarche, and then another Kumari is chosen to replace her. It's a very special Nepalese tradition, and if you're unaware of this custom, then it's definitely worth reading about, as it's quite fascinating. Despite the rain, it was a really great day out and really nice to return to the hotel to relax and reflect on what I've learned. The temples were beautiful, and I hope that I've convinced some of you to come and visit Kathmandu if you've never been before.